back to Slightly More Milk, the podcast where we talk about the obvious connection between R&B music and the Russian interference with the United States election.
Fuck, why isn't Tyler here for this? Because he's the history buff. God damn it.
You could really tell us, like, how, R. Kelly really just turned the tide and
really got right in there and totally told him what's for.
A little bit.
But, oh, fuck, that's a good one.
So I want to tell you about the worst breakfast that I've ever had.
The worst?
Well, it might not be the worst. No, I didn't go to IHOP. I went to the Circle downtown.
Okay.
So I think they have a new cook because remember they had the sign that said like new cook wanted for like 4 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And now it's gone. And I've gotten a shitty breakfast every time I've gone there. So I went there today. I ordered a steak and cheese omelet. Okay. And I was talking with Harry for like 4.5 minutes, and they brought out my full meal. 4
minutes and here's an omelet.
And here's both of it, because he ate before, so he just got a small thing. And I got an omelet. 4 minutes went by and they brought out my omelet. I was like...
That's odd.
I was like, this is exceedingly odd. So I looked at the top, and I work with frozen pizza. I work with frozen cheese.
Yes.
I was like, that kind of looks frozen. That kind of looks like it was a frozen omelet reheated. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, see that striation on there?
You gave him the good...
I gave it to him.
Oh, you gave him the terms?
And I was like, and I bet you a couple bucks. I opened it up, put my finger in, ice cold. Solid ice cold in the middle.
That actually happened to me a little while ago, because me and Josh, we went to Weathervane, and it was the day that they had the jumbo fish and chips or whatever. So I got that. I was like, oh, it's $10 for jumbo fish and chips.
Why
all right,
not?
Here we go. And so we got the fish and chips, and I'm eating. The first bite's good. And then the second bite, I'm like, this is cold. And like, I try to cut in for a third bite, and I just couldn't cut the haddock with my fork. I'm like, this isn't how. Frozen. And I stick my finger in, I'm like, yeah, no, it's frozen. I talk to my waitress, and she brings me out a whole one. It was fine, but I was like, good thing I did not eat this.
Break your teeth. But you see, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, you're not.
Oh no. I mean, I was letting you finish, but it does get worse. So I bring it back, and I'm like, I'm not dumb. Like, this is a frozen omelet. Like, you can't give me a frozen omelet. I was like, can I like get a fresh one or whatever? And she's like, yeah, sure. Okay, we're really sorry about that. We'll bring it out right away. They brought out the same omelet that they stuck in the goddamn microwave, and it was almost hot in the middle, very close to being hot. And I was like, I don't want this. Yeah. I can't eat this.
You shouldn't pay for that.
And so I was like, she came back and she's like, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, but this is the same omelet you gave me. And I was like, can I please have a fresh one? And she was like, I'm really sorry about that. Like, I'll tell them that in the kitchen. And like, we'll go.
That's ridiculous.
And then it still indeed does get worse.
Third time, same omelet.
Part 3 of this riveting series. She brings it out. Mm-hmm. I mean, no, I'm sorry. She brought it out and she brought it back. And I was like, I have my beans and my toast, like, tied me over, just like, have a fresh one. But 15 minutes goes by and she comes back.
Normal wait for an omelet.
And she comes back and she's like, do you need anything else to like a cinnamon roll or anything like that? And by this point, she voided the check as well.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Absolutely. And I was like, no, I should be all set. Thinking what she meant was, do you need something else to tide you over until I bring out your omelet? She didn't have them make me another fucking omelet.
They just cut it?
No, they just didn't make me an omelet.
Fuck.
So I was like, she came back again to refill coffee because at this point she's paying attention to us. Yeah, and I'm like, I just want to make sure.
Is my omelet
Are you giving me another omelet? And she's like, oh, I didn't know you wanted. I was like, God damn it! And then it
slammed the table.
It turns out I ate it after it came out. This was the worst omelet ever. Yeah. But actually, listeners might be wondering why it's just me and Daren today. This is our the dual man pod. The two Bob crew. Fucking podcast. Tyler's in Paris,
having a grand old time.
They got the World Cup going on there
in the streets of Paris.
But we're rocking it 2 boys today.
Yep, just 2 boys in 1 bedroom.
gonna have to edit that out.
Do not edit that out.
Do not edit that out. He will know.
He will know.
But yeah, we're just doing us two today.
Oh man, now I've had a tag going on all of those videos called 3 guys, 1 mic, and that's gonna be 2 guys, 1 mic. Fuck.
It's gonna get some very questionable YouTube search results.
Man, but I really haven't done anything, or at least throughout that past week that's gone by. Nothing crazy. Beat Hyperdimensia Neptunia, the first one, the game that I've been playing.
I've seen you playing that on Steam. What is it?
Yeah, it's a anime trash JRPG.
That's what I like to hear.
Extreme anime trash. It is not good whatsoever, but I like the game.
Right, and there's something to be said about a game like that can pull you in.
It has a really good gameplay loop, story-wise. Fucking awful.
The name reminds me of a Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, I love that game.
Oh, you played that?
Yeah, I played that.
I played that for the first time this past fall, or this past spring. But it was really, surprisingly cool, because, there's no dialogue.
Yeah, it's very,
if you'll pardon the expression, Dark Souls-y. Is Crash Bandicoot the new Dark Souls?
Oh, is this new Spyro game coming out? The new Crash Bandicoot?
Is the new Spyro game, in progress?
Yeah, no, it was, at, what was the convention that just happened? I think it was PAX. It might not be PAX. It was some convention. Not E3. It was some convention that just happened, and there was a gameplay outpost for it, and one of the podcasts I listened to, one of the guys played it. Solid. It is just better Spyro. Right. So I'm excited, because that's 3 great games that we got coming.
I know, dude.
And I was more of a Spyro boy than a Crash guy, yeah.
I played the Enter the Dragonfly, I think. And
the PlayStation 2?
1 or 2, I couldn't tell you.
Enter the Dragonfly, because it's Spyro, Ripto's Rage, something else. It's either the PlayStation 1 or 2.
I did like Crash Bandicoot more, but I love the overworld.
Yeah, I like Spyro more because it's just more open and you can just go explore, while Crash is
very linear
hallway platforming, which I understand. I like Crash, but
I'm more
of a Spyro guy.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Because those are the 2, or at least those were the 2 Sony mascots that we're kind of fighting
for
Naughty
Dog.
Naughty Dog. Love the music in Crash. It's great.
Dude. That makes for some awesome trap remixes too.
Does it? I haven't heard any out of the new Insane Trilogy.
Yeah, no, it's so tight.
Haven't listened to it.
Why do anything? I hear my dog outside. Dog, come inside. She's just wandering around. I went to go hang out with my friends from Durham, in Durham. And,
college friends?
Yeah. So I went there after work, so I had to work till 9:30, and I went there, and I didn't have dinner.
Oof.
And for dinner, I brought half of a Subway sandwich that my dad got for me about 3 days ago.
Oh, no!
So I thought it'd be totally okay, tons of preservatives in Subway sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's not fresh at all. No. Don't listen to them.
It is fresh, because we talked about another podcast.
Oh, right, Tyler said that it was fresh.
He's paid to say that. So I ate that for dinner, and the plan was to go out to the bar.
Uh-huh.
I went out to the bar. I had
1 drink, immediately vom.
Wow, that was a good guess. About 4 drinks, and I drink my fair share.
Oh, I know.
My fair share. 4 drinks, not even close to what it takes to do anything. I came home after 4 drinks, and was kind of reeling.
You went to their place, not home, right?
Sorry, yes. Yeah. No, we walked back to their place.
Because I was like, that's an hour.
Yeah,
whoa, dude.
I drove home. No, I went back and was just like, I have to go to bed.
Oh, real
dude, I threw up all over their bathroom.
Okay.
No, not in the room.
I thought you were going to say their bed. I thought you were going to say their bed. I was like, no.
I made it to the bathroom and, threw up on the carpet. And, most of it got...
carpet in the bathroom?
It was, this big, the size of this table, a really small,
Was it a shower mat?
Yes.
Okay.
I threw up on that.
Got it.
A lot.
Nice.
And, it was all Subway, and, oh, God, I was so embarrassed.
I'm gonna guess chicken turkey and ham?
No, some ham, salami, and mostly veggies. So it was all like green tomato coming back up.
Oh, no.
And I cleaned the shit out of the bathroom at that point, except for the carpet. And I was so embarrassed.
Did you just throw the carpet in the washing machine?
I threw it in the shower and just like turned it on and scrubbed it for a while. And they were like, "What's going on up here?" I was like, "I'm really sorry. Like, I feel fine now. I just threw everything up and I went back down to hang out with everybody."
I really like the idea that you're like, "I'm super sorry." You already cleaned like the bathroom spotless, and they're like, "What? What did you do to my bathroom?"
Really sorry. I just can't help it when I see things messy. I have to clean them. It's compulsive.
I did not pee on your toothbrushes.
You did not. That's what. Wait, you did what?
What?
No, I said I didn't. But I felt really bad, and they're like, "It's okay. It's a $1 carpet. Like, it's not a big deal."
Okay, well,
so I was like,
that's at least somewhat relieving.
Right.
I feel like, oh, phew.
Other than that, totally fun night. Totally
Sounds
worth
good.
it. Totally worth it.
Sounds good.
And we were supposed to, and that's why I didn't want to go out.
Oh, that's why.
Okay.
Or got
tonight? Is today Monday? No, Sunday. That's why I didn't go out on Sunday because I felt like Garbo.
Yeah. Okay. Because I thought you went out with. Can't remember her name. Whatever. Lottie.
Yeah.
I thought you went out earlier. I was like, those jerks.
No, I didn't end up doing anything with her either. But she had dance, and she was gonna hang out with me, and she's like, I have to be home by 2, and then gotta go out by Lottie. If you're listening, it's totally okay. I wasn't up for doing anything. It's totally fine. Do you have anything interesting that came up recently in terms of articles? What?
I don't know why. In my mind, for some reason, I thought you were still talking to Lottie. Invisible Lottie. Like, did you have anything?
Just cut you out of the conversation and have a one-on-one with a random listener. Like, how's your day today? Oh, really?
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
Oh, neat. Oh, I'm so sorry. If something good happened, great. If something bad,
I feel bad.
For articles, okay, I mean, we can skip to news because not a whole lot has happened, but let's see. Oh, you'll like this one because it's Pokemon related.
I do like me Pokemon.
You know about the new Pokemon games coming out? Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee or whatever the fuck for the Switch.
They were remakes of. I think they're remakes of Red and Blue.
I've heard that they are in Kanto, and it's only Gen 1 Pokemon.
Oh.
But it is years after the event, so I guess you get to fight Red or whatever. Shit. But they revealed...
Like, fist fight him? They finally added a good feature to Pokemon, like, one-on-one
because
combat.
of how they have the Pokemon following you in the game now. The last battle, your Pokemon send you out, and it turns into Street Fighter.
Go, Ewan! What was it? McGregor. Throw him out.
But no, they've revealed version-specific Pokemon recently.
Version specific, as in like to Red and Blue.
Yeah, to Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, because they always have to do that.
Right.
So,
which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, some of these Pokemon that are version related.
Pretty questionable.
Let's Go Pikachu is Oddish, Sandshrew, and Growlithe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Those are two out of the 3. Growlithe and Sandshrew are some of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah, dude.
I really like Sandshrews' design, and he's really cute.
Little Pangolier.
Yeah, he's a little cute guy. And then Growlithe is a giant big fire dog, which is awesome.
Yeah.
For Eevee, it's Bellsprout, Vulpix, and Meowth.
So I'm trying to think.
Which one's better?
Well, yeah, no, I would probably pick the one with Graveler in it because Actually.
Graveler?
Did you say Graveler?
Growlithe. The dog.
Okay, no, never mind. Because I like Golem a lot. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if those were specific to Red and Blue in the first game, because I know there were version specific.
I don't think so, or at least...
Because I know, like, Clefairy might have been one.
I think Clefairy was one, but I don't, because a lot... You can get, like, most... There's only, like, 1 or 2 that are, like, version specific. Yeah.
No, it was a couple more than that.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they added more come like Gen 3. Like
yeah, Gen 3, but I would have thought in Red and Blue it was only like a few, because it's only 151.
So Wurmple and Caterpie, weren't they one?
That's later gens. It was Caterpie and Weedle.
Right. Weedle. So
Might
Wurmple was one, right?
That's in a later gen, I think. I think that's... I don't know when Wormhole...
Oh, Caterpie and Weedle was Gen 1. That's what I was thinking. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, Wormhole is like into Cascoon and then Duskox and...
The other moth.
And the other moth.
The moth and the butterfly or whatever the fuck.
Not Butterfree.
Not the...
So was Caterpie.
The lame butterfly.
Yeah. Do you remember... Ninjask and Shedinja?
Ninjask and Shedinja?
So,
what?
Those were Gen 3 Pokemon, and they evolved from... what the fuck was his name? I cannot remember.
What did he look like?
It was a bug. They were bug.
Bugs?
So, Ninjask evolved normally.
Uh-huh.
That's, like...
That was the normal...
That was the normal evolution, and it had the highest speed stat of any Pokemon in the game.
Oh, wait, even bigger than Alakazam, or...?
Because every turn it would get higher.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, so it's a terrible Pokemon, but it would always go first, so you put, like, huge crit moves on it. Shedinja would evolve if you had an empty slot in your party and one Pokeball, and if you attached a special item to it or something similar.
Fuck Pokemon!
I know. And it's a bug ghost type with 1 health.
That's strong, right? Because if it's ghost...
I'm going to tell you. It's got 1 health, and it's got Miracle Guard, which is only super effective moves damage it. So that's what... Fire... air... No, wait. Flying.
If it's bug and ghost?
Yep.
Wouldn't the ghost...
Grass and fire for bug.
Well, wouldn't the ghost... I can't remember in Gen 3, because they changed...
Is...
No, because they changed...
Fighting and normal don't work.
Yeah, no, because, like, they change it, because, like, if it's dual class, sometimes, say, Ghost isn't resistant
and it'll
to
cancel out.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was in Gen 3 or not.
Dark.
It was Dark, Psychic, that hit Ghost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then it's Fire and...
Well, everything hit Ghost except normal and fighting.
But that was super effective.
Super effective, right. So. And then bug is super effective against grass.
Yes.
So it was fire.
Fucking...
I know, this is Alright, welcome to the worst podcast on the planet.
Welcome to Pokemon.
Pokemodcast. I can't remember what it was, but I spent a really long time trying to get one because in my mind, that was the best Pokemon of the game.
Something can't die.
You can't kill it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just take my sweet ass time, but there are so many dual type Pokemon and Pokemon that can learn
bullshit
types that aren't moves of a type that they aren't.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, Charizard can do Iron Tail or whatever.
Yeah. Fuck. I didn't play Pokemon.
What was your favorite Pokemon?
I really only played up to Gen 3. I don't remember a lot of Gen 3. I know mostly Gen 1.
That was my favorite too.
Huh?
That was my favorite.
My favorite's still Gen 1, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Mostly because that's the one that I put most of the time in.
Mm-hmm.
I played Gen 2, and I played Gen 3, and then I kind of stopped. I was like, I kept up with Pokemon. I'm like, cool, I'll look at all the designs. Some of those designs are shitty.
Next.
But, my favorite, for starters, I think I would have to go with Cyndaquil, just because of how... Fucking... Look how cute this little guy is, and then he becomes a giant beast.
Typhlosion, dude? Yeah. Quilava, then Typhlosion.
For starters, him. I love Sandshrew, and I really like his, Alolan design, because they changed his, his type to ice or whatever. And so
I haven't seen that. I don't remember that.
His design is normal Sandshrew, but he looks like he's made out of snow blocks instead of sand blocks.
Cool.
So he looks like a little igloo. And how his head thing comes up, it looks like a hoodie. Mm-hmm. So he looks like he's all bundled up for the snow. He looks adorable.
Was that Sun and Moon?
That was Sun and Moon. Yes, Sun and Moon.
Do you remember Alolan executing me? So he's just like super fucking long.
I guess because my mom plays Pokemon Go.
Oh, cool.
So she's playing that, and we'll talk about Pokemon because that's the only thing that she knows of. Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Oh, Alolan Executor got revealed." I'm like, "You're talking about Lanky Neck?" She's like, "Yeah, it's normal Execute, but his head's ridiculous."
It's like the worst design change ever.
I guess in Pokemon Go, you can't even see his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like on the screen, you're like, "Oh, there he is." No, that's just a tree.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of pictures where you click on it, and it's just a JPEG that's like 300 by 4,000 pixels, and you just keep scrolling down, and it's his neck the whole time.
It's so good. But they changed it because he's a palm tree, and because it's Hawaiian.
They get bigger.
Yeah, well, it's Hawaiian, so palm trees are taller, technically, and the trees that they were representing are kind of stubbier. In the old ones.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, some of those Alolan redesigns are good. The Vulpix one is also...
Vulpix a lot.
They got changed to ice as well. Mm-hmm. So instead of like brown and Ninetales being like white and red for fire, it's like really like...
That's the wrong green.
It's white into like a really nice
like a
blue.
gradient.
Yeah, it looks really good. You can totally look them up. But yeah, so that's coming out, and for Let's Go Pikachu, and that they actually your whole team will follow you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and their size matters. So if you take out, let's say, Onyx, he's a giant. Guess what? You ride motherfucking Onyx through the street.
Oh my god, dude!
It's also co-op, I guess.
No shit.
Yeah, so it's drop in, drop out co-op. So you're playing, and then friend comes over, be like, let's play Pokemon. Here you go. Take your Joy-Con or whatever the fuck.
Video games are...
The Switch is so
I think
good.
we take it for granted because can you imagine the public reaction to that 15 years ago? Something like that? When like Pokemon Stadium was released where you could fight 3D with like fully rendered models
of animals
and and this is like this is that times
2000
Pokemon Stadium 2 maybe, but Pokemon Stadium was like 99 or 98.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's basically the same.
I don't know.
Yeah, similar.
I didn't play much of Pokemon Stadium, but I played way more of Pokemon Snap.
When are we getting Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo Switch of the Wii U?
Dude, it'd be so good.
I
think they made a port of it. I think you could just buy it.
Really?
But it's not like a remake. It's just the same Pokemon Snap.
I just want to move my pad around. And fucking look at it. Did we already talk about the Elon Musk thing and the?
Not here, but we talked about it
on the Discord.
Yeah, we talked it on Discord last night.
Yeah, I guess there's no point about talking about it. I feel like
I still don't fully know what's happening.
On Discord. Okay, so what happened is and for those of you that don't know, it's been in the news recently.
It was like what?
A soccer team from
so?
Thailand.
Okay.
Well, that thing was 3 days ago, but the whole event was like a week ago. A soccer team from Thailand went on a team building exercise, and they walked into a cave that was 11 miles long. It went into a mountain.
Yeah.
And forgive me if I'm botching some details, but more or less the point remains the same. They went into the cave, and the monsoon season hit sooner than they would have thought.
Oh.
And over there, it's like rain. So the cave floods.
Oh, no.
And they managed to live temporarily on this, like, raised outcropping in the cave. So they're like...
That's really lucky, actually.
Yeah, but they're stuck in a cave.
I understand that, but...
But they didn't die.
It's really lucky.
Long story short, all of them got rescued. Okay. Thanks to the Navy SEALs some came from the US, a lot of them were already in Thailand, like...
stationed there already?
Stationed there, okay. One from Britain who, the man's name escapes me, but he was from Britain, and he's lived in Thailand for the past, 5 years. And Elon Musk, Silicon Valley billionaire extraordinaire, manufacturer of weapons for commercial use that were banned by the Geneva Convention.
Also, shot a car into space. For fuck it.
For no reason. So he came in and designed a submarine out of scrap. And he's like, this is a personal submarine, and we can put the kids in it. And
bring them in and out.
Bring them out.
Just
you don't want to bring them back in. You want to bring them out.
Well, you go back in with the submarine.
That's right.
You just go back in and out.
And you bring it out. And he also had an idea of...
No, you give them a ride out, and you're like, here we are, and then you bring them back in.
Your life sucks. Do you want to go back in? You can go back in.
You have an option.
They're like, bring me back in. My Xbox broke at home, and I really don't want to live in a world like that. No, so he had an idea of the submarine. And he also, for instance... had an idea of shooting foam, kind of like drilling down and shooting foam or insulating material into it, expanding it, and drilling through the foam so that you can just walk.
Kind of like what they use in the military for if you have like a gunshot wound, they like shoot.
Exactly.
It's like those like inflatable things.
Expands.
Yeah, it just expands and then you can staunch the bleeding.
Very similar.
Okay.
In the end, it was up to the team of extremely trained Navy SEALs and Marines and all that to make an 11-mile swim. No, it wasn't 11 miles. It was 11 hours. Or maybe it was 11 miles. Point is...
They swam that?
Yes.
Fuck.
I know. In and out for 12 kids. One of them died because... Not the kid, the Marine.
Oh.
I mean, yes,
but still, like, I thought that was going to be weird.
He fucking died because he didn't have enough oxygen.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, with the tanks.
Right, they didn't bring enough.
Got ya.
So... One of the head of that program, who has 3 years of experience in that specific cave, because he's lived in Thailand for the past 5 years. He's gone
spelunking, I'm imagining, or whatever the fuck.
That's correct. He called out Elon Musk and said that his submarine idea was a PR stunt.
Okay.
For the purpose of I'm Elon Musk, I can do this. And he told him to stick his submarine where it hurts.
Okay.
Which is a bit strong. For someone who was, and I use huge scare quotes here, trying to help.
Yes.
So he theoretically could have been trying to help.
Yeah.
Or he could just be a lunatic that said, I can do whatever I want, check this out, here's a submarine that'll fucking get you kids in and out. Elon Musk goes on Twitter and says, sorry pedo guy, but you kind of needed it.
What?
And I take this with a grain of salt.
Yes.
But Thailand has a reputation for
a lot
of child prostitutes, all that jazz, and so his idea was that a guy from Britain only lived in Thailand for the child prostitutes, and he called him a pedo guy, and then after calling a man who the entire world considers a hero a pedophile, he stood by it and says, "Bet you a signed dollar, it's true. Look it up."
What?
And it's just like I used to think that, he was leading the space race right now.
He is really smart. You do have to,
smart guy.
Incredibly intelligent.
He makes good decisions. He's the founder of Tesla.
Yeah. Fuck, those guys are so nice.
Exactly. But what the fuck? Why do you have to be like that? This is the worst part about the Silicon Valley is when people let the power get to their heads.
I think it's also kind of, on both sides, too. That Marine probably shouldn't have said that, really, because, he should have figured out if Elon was actually trying to help.
Yeah, just be like, we do not need your help. Please give us money instead.
Thank you.
Right.
But we're going to do this way.
Right.
Because this is the way that we're more trained with, and we don't have to wait for your submarine.
And I know how to do it.
Yes.
And instead he called him a fucking pedophile. Which is just so, that's libel, first of all.
Yes.
You cannot do that.
You cannot undo that as well.
And you cannot undo that. And, this guy saved, and with his team, obviously, they're all talented, saved 12 kids from an underground cavern, which, the thing is, it has twists and turns. It's a rigid submarine.
Oh, fuck.
It's clearly
it's not going to go, it can't take sharp turns in a cave.
Right. That's not how it works.
Unless if it's a little tugboat.
Or maybe they made it out of, bubblegum or something. So you can, stretch it out to whatever dimensions you want.
It's rubber and you're, can bounce off.
Oh, you know what would have worked? If they made it out of connects. Because the connects can bend, and you can put the separate, joints in it. Uh-huh. So just wall that off.
Yeah, there you go.
Can we get Elon Musk on the phone?
Calling up right now.
Listen up, fucking pedo. You should have made your goddamn something out of connects.
And it connects, What? Yeah, it's $1 million idea. Thank me later.
I'll take my $1 million now. Yeah. He has enough money. I'm sure he doesn't need it, but his reputation.
That's a really hard knock at
a global hero.
Yes, at a global hero who Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Multiple kids out.
This is what video games are made out of.
I've played this scenario in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
And, there's one. Okay, so in Sons of Liberty, you have to go save Otacon's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trapped in the flooded portion of this oil rig. Mm-hmm. So you as Raiden have to swim through like this whole flooded area because it exploded. So it's like rubble and everything. And there's only like a few air holes. Mm-hmm. So you pop up, get air, dive back in. And you go get Emma. And she's terrified of water. And she has a lower oxygen gauge than you. Mm. So when you're swimming back, you have to be like, alright, this was the closest one. Here we go. I've done this mission.
That is, by definition, a hero.
Yeah.
And the other thing that is kind of important to note is that none of them knew how to swim.
The kids.
The
Navy SEALs?
They're gonna figure it out as they go, like, doggy paddle, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Backstroke.
Reach through this tube, kick your legs. Like, I've never done it.
You have an oxygen tank. You'll be fine.
But on a serious note, a lot of people in Thailand, Indonesia,
Middle East Asia, or wherever.
Southeast Asia. General monsoon areas.
Yeah.
They're taught to be afraid of the water.
Yeah.
Because of the monsoon season, and if you are taught to be afraid of the water and they don't teach you how to swim.
Oh, they don't? I can understand, like, being, like, the water terrifying.
Right. So they don't teach you how to swim.
Weird.
So that the water is even more terrifying. Even the fishermen.
That's odd.
Lot of the I know. Lot of the fishermen do not even know how to swim because there's less chance of an accident if you don't get yourself into a situation where you're in the water.
I can kind of understand it, but it's also a double-edged sword because they don't know how to swim, and maybe if they knew how to swim...
You can't plan for being in the water sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, what if you just woke up and you're in water?
Mm-hmm.
So...
I know I've done it. I've woken up, my entire room is underwater.
I've woken up in a bath once.
Have you really?
Yeah, I was taking a bath, fell asleep, woke up.
That's scary shit, dude. You could die. You just straight up drown, you never know. I woke up and my whole room was full of water. I let my fish do whatever they want.
Just opened up the window. Just
it didn't leave. I don't get it. I don't know what happened. It was so weird.
And then I woke up at home.
I did have a dream the other night.
Go on.
Oof. For a lot of you listening, this might be really disturbing, but I had a dream that my bottom jaw would go over my top jaw and get stuck.
Wait. Oh.
Like that.
Like it's a giant underbite.
And it would get stuck on my top teeth.
Oh.
Ew. And to pull it off, every time I pulled it off, it would take up a couple flakes of teeth from this tooth right here.
No.
And the thing is, I could not stop doing it. It would keep getting stuck.
Oh, because in the dream you would keep talking or just clamp or whatever.
Yeah. And I would have to keep pulling it down and scrape the teeth off to the point where I woke up and I spit a bunch of pieces of teeth out of my mouth.
Oh, you were grinding your teeth.
No.
No?
This is me waking up in the dream, but not waking up in real life. I spit so much particles of teeth out and then just pulled my whole tooth out. And I was like, oh fuck, like I was actually doing that. And then I woke up again and I was like, like my teeth were fine, but
and then I looked around and I was in an airplane.
Yeah. And then I woke up again and I was in a boat.
It was a weird dream in general.
And Loki was there.
Man, no, I don't know, just like I don't know if you ever looked at like a photo of like a human skull when like it's only baby teeth and you can see the row of teeth. You can see the other row of teeth is fucking
so uncomfortable.
It's what's the fucking trypophobia. I don't
do that.
It's just odd.
I do not like it.
I was like, oh, what's this phobia? I was like, that's odd. I looked it up on Google, and then images popped up. I was like,
do not look this
up. Do not
look
that up.
Do not look it up. Whatever you do not open Google Chrome. Go to google.com and type in the search word mouthful of teeth. Just don't do that. Even though I'm telling you what it is, do not.
Do not.
That was actually a problem that I had for a while because it was a picture circulating around the internet, and I might even edit this out, but the whole roof of the mouth was teeth. Like, all the way back to the palate.
I've seen... Yeah, it's like a shark's mouth. Like, it's a shark's mouth in a human's mouth, basically.
Not even. It wasn't rows. It was just jumbled in there.
Oh, ew.
I see, I'm shivering just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something different. I really don't want to talk about this anymore.
Alright.
It was my fault to begin with, but...
But, again, this is also something that you might like, because it's also talking about Rainbow Six, which I know that you've played.
Oh, yeah.
So, have you heard that they're permanently banning people immediately sometimes if they're using quote-unquote slurs?
So nibba?
Yeah.
I have seen that! That's unbelievable, dude! That's so funny!
So, they have up to 4 offenses. First offense, if it's nothing crazy, I guess, is like 30 minutes you cannot play. Second and third offense are both 2 hours. Fourth offense, your account is shut down and used, like, they investigate your account.
Wow.
And determine whether to permanently ban you or not. And I think I think it goes off of IPs as well. So, like, you can't just make another account
no shit.
Buy Siege again and play.
That's mad.
Because, like, I was reading up on it, and they're like, we want to stop toxicity in our games. Great.
Good.
We play Dota.
Yeah.
We know the toxicity.
Oh, boy. I said good luck, have fun the other day. The guy just called me, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna bleep that out, but
yes,
he just said that. And we won because it was hilarious.
Yes,
I was like,
but yeah, no, we've gone through it. Toxicity is awful, and I think it's because of recently a lot of things have become competitive, so it's only winning. If you win, you did it. If you lose, you didn't even play the game. It was just fucking awful. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's caused that, but probably more esports have been pushed recently in Call of Duty.
Siege?
I mean, just in general, for competitive gaming. Like, even, remember when Overwatch first came out, and everybody's, like, really happy, and then competitive came out, and everybody became really shitty?
Yeah. Really mean, actually.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part.
Like, it was awful.
Is like, my team is shit, like, you guys should all go die.
Yeah, it was awful. So I understand what they're doing, but I think this might be to an extreme.
Yeah. Banning the IP is, like...
I said I don't know if they are banning the IP. I think so. I think this is a rumor.
That permanently bans you from ever playing the game again, assuming that you can't buy another Wi-Fi adapter.
Copy,
Well, buy another copy, would that work?
If you make another account and buy a copy, if they don't ban your IP.
I really don't have a problem with banning the account of, like, I can name off 2 hands, like, a lot of people that I think should have accounts banned.
Yes.
And the thing is, a lot of progress is tied to your account.
Yeah.
And I think that if a justifiable punishment would be banning that account for such egregious use of, slurs, like toxicity, like threats.
Just being a shitty person.
Being a shitty person. Get another account. You lost all your progress, but you deserve that. I don't know if you should be able to ban someone permanently from playing a video game.
Again, it just says on the article. Yeah. It's just said on the article, permanently banned. So a lot of people are talking about, is it IP ban? So you can never play again?
Right.
Or is it just an account? Because I know people will go to lengths to just buy a whole nother copy of the game, play it, and still be as shitty.
Yeah, I mean,
so, like,
at that point, who's the real winner?
Yeah.
Like, you played yourself.
Ubisoft's like, we got another $40-$60.
Yeah.
Good job.
I make that like bandits. But
surprisingly, that game's doing really well. I didn't think it would be going on this long.
I thought
personally.
It was dead, but I haven't played it in a while.
A lot of new operators keep coming out. For Honor keeps getting updated too.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that game.
For Honor, they completely changed the game too.
Really?
Yeah, like there were updates where they just changed it. So it's not as defensive.
Yeah.
You know how you used to play where it's like you wait for their attack and parry it.
Throw them off the
so literally everybody's just staring at each other until somebody moves.
Yeah.
So now they've changed it, and like there's chip damage if you block something, and not everything can be parried or something. It seems really fun.
Well, less things can be parried because a lot of moves couldn't. Originally, like Vikings had a lot of moves that were just too powerful to be parried, but...
Yeah, or something. But I've heard that they've fully changed it. Some characters got retweaks, so like it's easier to use them, because I think Lawbreaker, or Lawbringer, or whatever his name was. I think it was one. I think it was the knight with the shield where he was too honest.
Yeah.
Like, his character was too honest, and you could just always beat him.
Yep. I remember him being really terrible, actually.
Yeah.
I was a fan of the Valkyrie. No, maybe not the Valkyrie. The Viking with the 2 tomahawks. So busted.
Berserker?
Yes.
Or something like that?
Yes. So busted.
Yeah.
So good. I do want to clarify, for those of you who don't know, they did ban the phrase NIBBA, so Nibba, which is, they would take the N-word, and instead of 2 G's, they would put 2 B emojis, because deep fried memes or whatever.
Yes.
And they took it to such lengths that they now categorize that as a racial slur, which I guess if you use contextual clues, obviously you can figure it out. But I think that's crazy.
Did you see the tweet? That somebody's like, I got banned for using Nibba, and they're like, good. That's what Siege said on their official
Really?
Twitter. They said good.
Good. Which, I mean, it's technically not.
If you're using it in the right context, it is a slur.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
But, yeah, no, because I think For Honor has another group of characters coming out. Like a whole faction.
No way.
Yeah, so instead of... It's going to be knights, samurais, Vikings, and Chinese warriors.
Oh, my god!
Yeah.
That is so good!
And they're all going to play differently.
Oh,
and, like, all the DLC characters play extremely differently.
No,
like,
DLC?
Yeah. There are added characters that they've added. Oh, there's a Centaurian. There's an actual full-on ninja.
That is so cool.
And the ninja, from what I've heard, has a really cool thing where if you, you know how you could dodge twice? You could dodge and then do a roll or something. If you do the roll, he throws down a smoke bomb.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
And then I think, if I remember correctly, again, I might be wrong, but this is what I've heard. Like, you can do an attack out of the roll, like, out of the smoke.
Holy shit.
Like, you could throw something or get him.
That's so good.
I really want to pick up For Honor.
Yeah, I kind of do, too. Actually, it was on sale for the Steam sale. And it's been on sale for a lot of the times because it has such poor reviews and they want people to buy it.
They have dedicated servers now, so it's not peer-to-peer anymore.
So that is a good reason to pick up this game, because I didn't buy the game because nobody played it.
You couldn't connect.
You couldn't connect
because there were no servers.
Exactly.
It was just peer-to-peer. It was like if we tried to connect at my house and you just trying to play one game via like Hamachi.
Yeah, Minecraft style. Yeah. I think that actually I might look into that. Because
if For Honor goes on sale again,
if it's like half off or something.
I would
be totally.
Though it sucks because we have to use Uplay.
I know, what a garbage. Uplay, get your shit together. What a garbage client. Ubisoft just really isn't bringing it.
I guess Bethesda's making their own client too.
Huh.
Because at E3, all of the games that they showed, it didn't say Steam.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you have to go to their website, and I guess they're making a new client or have a client that you have to buy all their games on, which is weird.
That's pretty good.
Because a lot of Steam sales have been, like, Fallout 4 or any of the Fallout games on Steam. Extremely high sales on Steam.
Yeah.
Because... hey, we're going to play Fallout.
Yeah,
so.
Right. I mean, it's going to happen either way. Yeah. I think that Bethesda is a company that could make it.
They're big enough, I think.
Happen.
They're big enough, I think. It's just odd.
If they work towards getting half as much bugs in their client as they do in their games, then I think
if they even it out via the game v client, they're like, all right, so we have to cut out these bugs to add to the client,
and just take out all the bugs from Fallout, put them in the client. I'll figure it out.
Shove them in there.
I'll figure it out.
I've had some weird bugs in Fallout, so like
it doesn't matter. Put them in the client. I'll run it as an administrator.
I'll run it in safe mode.
I'll have it be the only application on my computer, and I'll play my bug-free game.
Yeah, it'll be great.
That'll be great. BioShock will run perfectly. The remaster. Did you know they did a remaster?
I did, and I've heard that it's really good.
I heard it was terrible.
The PC port?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, the PC port, maybe.
I heard the audio design was exactly the same as the original game, so everything doesn't sound like it's bit crunched per se, but it's not good.
Oh,
and it crashes consistently.
Because I've heard that the ports to like PS4 and Xbox have been like really good.
Wouldn't be surprised.
And so that's really shitty.
Dark Souls port was terrible. I still can't beat Artorias, by the way. I started up the other day. I have a Dex magic build.
Yeah.
Guess there was a lot of magic resistance.
It's Artor.
No damage. Can't do it. Can't do it.
His armor is so... He's such a cool character.
I know,
He's just guts. He's just guts.
His design is so excellent.
It's so good.
I love it so much. I mean, even if I can't beat him, I can still appreciate how good of a character he is. But did I tell you I got a new fish?
Oh no, you got a new little fishy?
Yeah, check it out. It's a little catfish. I named him
catfish.
Yeah, go look at her. She's probably hiding in the bush.
Yeah, probably. I'll check her out after.
Check her later. Her name is Ladyfish, and
cool.
She actually gets along with Karl Marx really well.
Odd.
Yeah, I know. I figured they'd be.
These are fish, by the way.
These are fish. I have a little dumbass fish named Karl Marx who we don't know what kind of fish he is. We just
he's a mutt.
Yeah, he's a mutt fish. We just picked him out of a pond. He's a dummy, and picked him out of a pond, put him in the bowl, and he's lived for the past 2.5 years.
There you go.
In perfect harmony. He's a great roommate. He doesn't really talk much,
sadly,
but yeah, he doesn't get in your way. He's very good.
That's the best part about those types of roommates. Oh, did you see the reveal of the Aquaman trailer? Not the trailer, the poster.
No.
They finally revealed the Aquaman.
Oh, it's my favorite superhero.
Poster is super simple.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman right in the middle, underwater, of course, really? On a rock.
Interesting take.
It's weird. Doesn't have a cool hook hand like in the animated series, sadly. I hope he does.
Fucking hook hand.
Dude, it's so cool.
Do you remember
so ready? He's just kneeling or something, just surrounded by sharks, orca whales, and I think manta rays. And you're like, huh. Nothing else is happening in this photo. It's just fish coming at you.
Isn't that all you need to figure it out?
It's just fish coming at you, and Khal Drogo just standing on
it's Khal Drogo?
Yeah, it's the guy that does Khal Drogo. But yeah, you're just standing on a rock underwater, and you're like, huh. Not a whole lot's happening in this photo.
I'm gonna have to watch and figure it out. Did you read the New 52 reboot of the Justice League?
Fucking no! Wait, maybe. I'm so lost with DC's.
It was 5 years ago. It was a long time.
Oh wait, you mean the new 50? Because there's a new reboot. I think it's called Rebirth or something. Oh. I've been trying to keep up. It's fucking ridiculous. It's
probably impossible.
So I've just been kind of oh, what's good? This one, and I'll look up online. It's this one gets really good reviews, and that's how I read comics now.
The 52 reboot. A couple of years ago, they showcased Aquaman.
Yeah,
and they had up 2 pages of build up with one text per block. It's and he was Aquaman or something.
Yeah, and
then the next page is a 2-page span of him throwing forth his trident. And an actual Sharknado, an actual megalodon shark, and all of the other. Yeah. In comparison, tiny great white sharks just fucking thrown at him, and it's yes!
He has a really he commanding fish that's really cool that you just command sharks and all that. Because there have been takes where he can't do anything on land, and there's been takes where he can summon just use water, any water source, sewer, because it's connected to the ocean at some point. Uses that water. And there's an octopus in there, I guess, because he swam there really fast.
What about making a series about the octopus that is under Aquaman's control, and he's hanging out with his wife at dinner, and he's honey, the steak is really over. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, fuck!
honey, this flounder, delicious, and...
I gotta go stop Lex Luthor! He swims through the sewers.
Speaking of Lex, you watched the old Justice League cartoon, right? I really find it funny when Lex switches bodies with Flash.
Yeah.
And he's I can finally figure out who the Flash is, and he unveils Barry. I don't know who this is.
I don't know who this person is. It's so funny. And you just gave away his secret identity.
Oh no!
Spoilers.
For the cartoon of 2000.
I love that.
It's
I watched
so
that with my older brother.
Yeah.
And just hung out and binged Justice League all the time.
Did I tell you I got fooled by Teen Titans Go?
What do you mean?
Because there's one or 2 episodes where they go back to the original animations of the old Teen Titans show.
Oh no!
And so I was oh sweet, because I was just flipping through channels and I saw it. I was there it is. I saw Robin.
Best show.
Saw Robin. And I'm go back. I'm gonna watch this. Whatever. And I'm watching, I'm like, no, their voices are, like, they're the same voice actors, but they're doing it wrong.
They're old.
No, they're just doing it wrong. Like, it's the high squeaky
and the whole
version. Teen Titans Go episode in Teen Titans old animation, and I was like, this is the best Teen Titans Go episode because of this, but I hate you, Teen Titans Go, for doing this to me.
You didn't like it at all?
I don't know. I
wouldn't say that I hate it.
I don't hate it. I dislike it. I wouldn't say like, oh,
it's different.
It is different. But I thought, because when they first got revealed, they were like shorts. Mm-hmm. Because Teen Titans was out for years. So it's like, oh, this is how they'll bring back the Teen Titans. And it would be like goofy little chibi shorts of like a minute or so. And that's what I thought they were going to do. I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. They got all the original voice actors. They seemed to have having fun. And then I watched like a full episode.
And it's like a parody of itself.
Yeah.
Which is what
I really
think of it like.
Odd.
They're like, we used to be a good TV show. Now we're not. And we're going to make fun of that. And I don't think that's a good way to go about rebooting a show.
When I went to go see Uncle Drew, we saw a trailer for the Teen Titans Go movie.
Oh, really?
There were some good parts in it.
Okay.
They're like...
You gotta give it the benefit of the doubt.
That, like, I was watching it, and I was like, alright, I think they made a joke because they're like, man, we don't do anything anymore. And they're like standing on top of like the Teen Titans Go tower, and I think there was something happening in town. They're like, man, we don't do anything anymore. Remember when we used to be cool? I was like, yeah.
Parody of itself, like, honestly.
It's a weird show.
I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I'm in the same boat you are. I wish they kept going.
I wanted the
original. Fucking original.
It ended on a cliffhanger, and when I heard, remember, because Tara loses her memory or something. Mm-hmm. Like, it did not wrap up good.
It's annoying.
So, like, I thought, because I heard on the grapevine, new Teen Titans episode, like, new Teen Titans show. I was like,
You piqued my interest.
Because I thought, like, this was before Samurai Jack came out, but the way that I thought, it was like how they did Samurai Jack the last season, and it's the same show,
but
basically.
But it's a new show.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
You know, like, it was an action show with comedy in it.
Seriously last time.
Kinda. But that was the funny part.
Just a little bit.
They had a robot guy.
I think we should
wrap
up with our final segment. So our final segment
What?
I thought of a new name for a sec. We like to do a segment on here called Listen to It or Else, where we instruct our viewers to investigate songs that we suggest under the threat of coercion. So,
they might be good, they might be bad, but you better listen to them.
I swear to God, if you don't listen to them. Do you have a song that you'd like to suggest to people?
So actually, throughout the whole day, because it's a fucking long song, I've been listening to
it's a 24-hour song.
It's a 14-minute song. Oh. It's Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. Been listening to that like all day, and you gotta listen to the 14-minute one. If you listen to the 7-minute one, you're not doing it justice.
That's heresy.
It is great. I love that song, and some of my other friends hate it when it comes on my phone because I won't change it for 14 minutes, and we will just listen to it. And it's like really good. Like it's it's the rap that I like, which is like 90s
R&B hip hop.
Yeah, it's they're having a good time. Yeah. It's not screaming at you about
mumble rap about lean,
about slurs,
slurs.
Don't ban me, Rainbow Six.
But that's like hip hop, like jazzy.
Yeah.
And you always listen to it 14 minutes. So, like, you know, like, guys, like, my wife is pregnant, like, anything in the hospital. You lock the doors, like, do not get out of the car.
you know those? It's like, you only have 14, or like, you only have like a day left, or like 24 hours to live.
What do you do?
What do you do? This, and it's like 24 hours of nothing.
Perfect.
Of stepping on the beach by SpongeBob.
Stepping on the beach.
You only have 24 hours to live. This.
Be a good way to spend it.
So what's your song?
My song I'm gonna suggest is Scones by Hobo Johnson.
I like his name.
Hobo Johnson is this strange...
raggedy old man on the side of Boston?
No, he's like 18. Fuck. It's really weird and alternative. It's got a lot of syncopation in it, and it's a lot of spoken word over music, and then like comes with the chorus. But Scones by Hobo Johnson is a Tiny Desk concert that you can find on YouTube. You can't find it on Spotify. Any Hobo Johnson song is great, but I think that this song is a really great one to introduce you to it because it gives you a taste of how alternative he can be with still like a fucking great beat, great lyrics, and it's just a bunch of kids making music.
You know, I actually might listen to that.
Yeah,
actually, from
really
from your description of it. But I know we have to close up. But what the fuck is a Tiny Desk concert?
Oh, a Tiny Desk concert is something they do on NPR. Pretty sure it's NPR, but it's just the music section of their program.
Okay.
So it's just called Tiny Desk. Let me guess, you're imagining.
You're not selling this to me.
Oh no, the brand is called Tiny Desk.
I know.
And they just showcase music. But I bet you're imagining just like this little desk with like this little mouse sitting at it, and like there's people like standing on little chairs and their tiptoes and like playing an extremely small drum set and like a little saxophone that you could swallow by accident, like
tiny instruments at a very tiny desk.
The room is way too big.
It's an auditorium.
I don't know.
It's an auditorium.
Weird. I don't know why they choose this because the acoustics are not good.
If you're watching from the back, it looks like people sitting on the ground.
Weirdest choice. They go in a football stadium and they pick these like mitochondria-sized instruments.
But yes, that's almost what came into my mind.
Tiny Desk is great. They have Lake Street Dive goes on all the time. They had T-Pain on it one time. And I don't know if you knew, but T-Pain can sing. Okay.
Hold on a moment.
I swear to God, T-Pain has a hymnal voice. And he can bring it. You should check it out.
With the name T-Pain,
right?
I would not. That sounds like...
You know who he is, right?
I've heard...
He did Kiss Kiss with Chris Brown. She wanna love you,
yeah. I've probably...
I'm a paper girl. Ooh,
yeah, I've probably heard some music from when we're hanging out.
Well, he is the guy who didn't invent autotune, but he made autotune a really big thing. Other than Daft Punk.
Oh.
He really brought autotune to the main stage.
Okay.
To the point where everybody else started using it. And that's why people think he's kind of a hack. He lived out his 15 minutes of fame in the 2000s. But like Lady Gaga, who is another weird pop artist who's incredibly fucking talented. Unbelievable pianist and singer.
Odd choice in apparel.
Yeah. It's not for me.
You get your kinks. You won't see me
walking into Walmart like that.
You won't see me walking into Walmart with their deli offerings on me.
Meat soon. Definitely check that out. T-Pain can also sing, but yeah. Scones by Hobo Johnson.
Scones. Okay, I will actually probably look that up tonight.
So thanks for listening, everybody. Hopefully in the next couple of episodes, we're going to have some guests.
We'll try to grab somebody.
We're going to try.
We'll just grab somebody off the street if it has
honestly,
to.
You get over here. It's like, I have a job interview in like 15 minutes. So
Alright, and we'll slam the mic right down on the street.
And just give us your pitch right now.
This is our show.
We're going to have some guests. This is fun doing just us two, but you know what they say, the old adage... Right, like 2 is a good enough number for a podcast, but 3 makes it an even better podcast. Yeah, People say that all the time.
But 3 is busy.
Right. So thanks for listening.
Sorry we didn't have our autistic friend with us.
We didn't have Tyler the Autismo. And we'll catch you next time. Peace. Oh God, turn it off.